guys, welcome back to Spelling and Word Study. My name is Mrs. Rhoades, and I'm here today to get you started on Unit 5, Short U. Please take a second to gather your materials. You should have this orange book open to page 35. You will also need some colorful writing utensils, crayons, markers, whatever you can find. Remember that whatever I mark on the board, you should be marking on your page. Please save room for a key. If you can't fit it here, go ahead and write it on a sticky note or a separate piece of paper. Also, just a reminder that if at any point I'm moving too fast, you can go ahead and hit pause and catch up, okay? All right, let's get started. So for the last 4 weeks, we have been talking about short vowels. We talked about short A, then short I, short E, and then short O. Today, we're going to talk about our fifth and final vowel, which is U, okay? As I read these words to you, I want you to listen carefully for that sound. I also want you to use your eyes to notice that there are 3 different ways we're going to make that sound this week. That is where the new learning is going to be. I feel like at this point, you guys are pretty solid on your endings. So where I really want you to focus your energy is on that sound. Should I use an O? Should I use a U? Should I use OU? That's what we're going to think about. Okay, let's go. Bubble, country, couple, cover, double, front, jungle, money, month, public, publish, punish, puzzle, touch, and trouble. This week you'll notice we have a mixture of 2-syllable and 1-syllable words. So what do we do with those 2-syllable words? We break them into chunks. So let's choose a color, and we're going to go through and we're going to slice our words. Bubble, between the B's. Country, after the N. Couple, after the P. Cover, after the V. Double, after the B. Front is 1 syllable, so we'll leave that alone. Jungle, after the N. Money, after the N. Month is 1 syllable. Public, after the B. Publish, after the B. Punish, after the N. Puzzle, between the double Z's. Touch is 1 syllable. And then trouble, after the B. On our key, blue vertical line equals syllable break. All right, so now let's look at those first syllables and let's pay attention to the 3 different ways to make that sound. So the first pattern is just U by itself. That's the easy one, right? So we have the U in bubble, the U in jungle, the U in public, the U in publish, the U in punish, and the U in puzzle. Nothing tricky there. Brown box equals short U with a U. Okay, let's choose a second color. Here is the new learning that you're just going to have to memorize. Sometimes we use O and U as a vowel team, and together they make that sound. So we see it in country, couple, double, touch, and trouble. So once again, we have short U this time, we're using OU to make that sound, okay? Just have to memorize it. And also, the more you read, the more you will recognize the correct spelling. And if you try to spell a word like country without the O or without the U, it's just gonna look weird. Okay, let's choose a fourth color. And now I want you to notice that sometimes O steals the short U sound. This isn't new to you, right? You learned this probably in first grade when you learned how to spell love. Or maybe you learned a word like son, right? Daughters and sons. So now we're just using this pattern with bigger words. So we see it in cover, front, money, month, and that's it. So blue box also equals short U, but this time we're using O. All right, so that takes care of our first syllables. Now, as a review, let's go back and look at our endings. So a common ending that we've seen every week is that ul in words like bubble, couple, double, jungle, puzzle, and trouble. All of these words have an LE ending. Nothing tricky about that. All right, a couple weeks ago, we talked about the Y ending. We said that usually when a two-syllable word ends with a Y, that Y is going to make an E sound in words like baby and happy and mommy and country, okay? But check it out right here. That same exact sound is being represented by EY. That doesn't happen very often in our language. Some words I can think of are honey, money, monkey, hockey, but there's not a lot of them. So you just need to memorize those spellings and just know that a Y or an EY will make that long E sound at the end of a word. Okay? All right, we also have the ER in cover. We saw that a couple weeks ago. Nothing too tricky there. We have the ick pattern in public and the ish pattern in publish and punish. Okay? I'm just going to group all of those together since I'm running out of colors. And I'm just going to write more common endings. You guys are going to be fine with those. Okay. In this unit, there are no new activity types, no prefixes or suffixes that we need to talk about. So I just want to take one more minute to make sure you understand what all the words mean. So bubble, that's something that's filled with air, right? You can blow bubbles with bubble gum. You can make soap bubbles. So they're just little things that float in the air and pop. Country has two different meanings. We can talk about a country, like the United States is a country. Mexico is a country. Or we could talk about the country. If you go out into the country, you want to get away from the city for a while and you want to go out and spend time with nature, you want to go visit a farm, that would be the country. Okay? Couple means two. Cover, I think you know what that means. You could be talking about the cover for a pot, or you cover yourself with blankets. Double also means two, but it means 2 times, right? So if I'm making cookies and I decide to double the recipe, that means I need twice as much flour, twice as many eggs, twice as much sugar. So 2 times as much would be double. Front, I think you know that, right? The opposite of the back. A jungle is kind of like a rainforest. It's a very hot, humid place with lots of trees and animals. We, of course, know what money is. Month, there are 12 months in the year, starting with January and ending with December. Public is the opposite of private, okay? You've probably seen this in the internet, right? Or on the internet. Your parents have probably taught you that there are certain things that you keep private on the internet. You don't make your name, your age, your address public. You don't want that out there for the whole world to see. Also, if you go downtown, some buildings are public, like the library. Anybody can walk into a library. Hospitals are public. Anybody can walk into the emergency room, okay? But your neighbor's house is not public. That's private. You can't go into their house without their permission. When you publish something, like let's say you write a book and it's really good, so you want to share it with the world, you can publish it. You can publish it like in a paper form, or you could publish something online. So when you publish something, let's just say you share it with the world. Okay, usually we publish poems, songs, stories, books, that sort of thing. All right, if you punish someone, that's the opposite of rewarding them. So if you do something wrong, you might get punished. A puzzle, I think you know what that means. Could be a jigsaw puzzle. You try to fit the pieces together. Could be a crossword puzzle. But a puzzle is something tricky or confusing that you're trying to solve. Touch, that's one of our 5 senses, right? We can see, we can smell, we can taste, we can hear, and we can touch. And then the last word is trouble, and I think you're going to have no trouble with that word. All right, that's all I have for you guys today, so good luck, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.